Let's move on to main topic number 2, shall we? And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Quintus Deshun, who writes, "Good day, John. I remember before WandaVision debuted, there were discussions about whether it was a one-off show. Could they potentially continue with another season by premiering the episodes in the show that we didn't get to see, filling in extra details we didn't get during the first season? Thanks." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, obviously, we are now happy 14 hours till WandaVision, everybody. Happy 14 hours till WandaVision. We are 14 hours, a little bit less than 14 hours away from the next episode of WandaVision. I am very excited. I'm sure that you are too. So this is a question that's been coming up a lot lately, has been, do we think, well, even before the show started airing, there has been a question, do we think there was going to be a season 2 of WandaVision? Like even before the show started airing, we knew the show was coming, and we've been asking these questions about a lot of these because we know some of these Disney Plus shows are going to be limited series, i.e. one season, and some will have multiple seasons. Which is which, we're not really clear yet. And we didn't really know whether WandaVision was going to be a multi-season show or whether this was going to be a true limited series. A 9-episode limited series that tells its story kind of like a movie, a one-shot movie, and then it moves on to something else. Could they do a WandaVision season 2? I'm feeling like the answer to that question is no. I feel like the answer to that question is no, for a couple of reasons. One, you can't replicate what they're doing with this show right now. Like the whole premise and basis of this show, you know, especially when you look at the fact of it's kind of being predicated on the idea of it's living in old decade sitcoms and all, just the premise alone, the novelty of the premise alone, that's something you can't really replicate again. Now, they ask in the question, do we think they could do a season 2 that shows us as the audience the other episodes of WandaVision that we don't get to see? What they mean by that is this. In WandaVision, it's kind of implied that the episodes of WandaVision we're watching are not the only episodes of WandaVision that are being broadcast, right? That instead of just one episode in the 50s, there were like 10 episodes of the 50s. We only got to see one of them. Instead of just one episode in the 60s, there were actually like 10 episodes of the 60s. We only got to see one of them. And it's been implied a couple of times that Darcy has been able to see other episodes that we have not seen. Could they then follow that up and do something where it's a season 2 that is just showing us those other episodes? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. And part of the reason for that is this. I think this whole notion that they've done, this brilliant idea that they've done of Wanda now living out her fantasies and fears and tragedies through an avatar of classic era sitcoms, that is a beautiful novelty that works, but I don't think it goes on working indefinitely. I feel like, you know, as Wanda comes out of the bubble to, you know, threaten the agents of S.W.O.R.D., I think that's kind of an indication that they know that they can't even go so long in one season of just living in that novelty. You know, Wanda needs to come out of the bubble. The story needs to come out of the bubble. And I kind of feel like as much as I have adored the originality and the freshness of this whole thing about using classic era sitcoms, as much as I've adored it, I think the novelty would wear off if you then try to translate that and do another season only showing the other episodes we never got to see, and you go right back into that. So I kind of feel like, I don't know this, by the way, let me be very, very clear here. I am not operating on any kind of insider information. I am not in the know that there is, I've been told by Disney reps that there is definitely not going to be a WandaVision season 2. Not at all. I'm just saying from my perspective as a fan, it doesn't seem like something that you can do, not to mention, man, this series is going to end badly And then I think we're going to see Wanda completely fractured and broke, a la House of M, and like totally nuts and has to be stopped. And that's going to take us into first of all, Spider-Man 3 and then Doctor Strange 2. I don't know that there's going to be room to go for another WandaVision series, but I don't know. Anything is possible. That's just my kind of thought on that. Question is, guys, what do you think? Do you think, given what we've seen so far, that there could be another season of WandaVision? Or do you kind of feel like me that maybe it's going to play itself out perfectly and then it's done? I don't know. What do you guys think? Are there arguments I'm not thinking about right now? Jump down into the comments section below, guys, and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys.